Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I will be reading the January 9th Daily Inspirational Message, and I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. It's a condensed version. It's a couple of paragraphs. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. Okay, here we go. Title: What is the opposite of love? Paragraph 1. God is love and all. Therefore, love is all. The opposite of love in the world of duality is fear. But in reality, the opposite of love is nothing. Today, instead of reacting to nothing as something and losing our peace of mind over this delusion, let us decide to simply overlook or forgive anything that is not real. By doing so, we energetically turn the other cheek. Today, let us not be defensive, not because we're not worth defending, but because there is truly nothing to defend against. For if only love is real, what could anyone ever say to you that is real that you would need to defend against? If only love is real, then in reality, others can only offer you love or nothing. If only love is true, then anything they say to you that does not come from love is not true. Why would an untruth ever have any effect on you? Paragraph 2. Today, let us practice forgiving anything that tries to place itself in opposition to love, God, all. What tries to place itself in opposition to all is nothing. An illusion that we have been programmed to buy into as real. The only power that any illusion can have over you is the power that you give to it. Today, simply smile at the illusion's attempt to blow your house down. See only the truth, the love in your brothers and sisters as true, and your judgments of them will dissolve away before your light and understanding. Peace results when you see your brothers and sisters as they truly are. A lack of peace results from seeing them as who they are not. If you lack peace, do not despair. Simply forgive your misperceptions. Realign with your loving nature and see your brothers and sisters as the love that they were created to be. Hi. What is the opposite of love? Okay. In the dualistic nature of the ego's mindset, we see that love can actually have an opposite. And we call that opposite, sometimes we call that fear. And any of fear's numerous delusional expressions, such as hate, anxiousness, condemnation, sadness, resentment, etc. All those stories. And that's in the state of duality. That's where you see a fear in opposition to love. Now, what we're trying to do is unite with the oneness, with the mind of God. And when we do that, when we see everything that God is as love, that God is love, that God is all, therefore, everything we are experiencing must be in some shape or form. The foundation of it must be love. Sometimes the story we add to it is the story we add to it. But if you see the foundation, there's love involved. There's a way to love. There's a way to peace. All of love's expressions: peace, joy, appreciation, forgiveness. That's what resides in the foundation of all things, of all interactions. It's just the stories that we put above it that seem to cloud our light. And so today, let us. I was going to say, let's do the simple thing, but it'll be simpler. The more you do it, the simpler it will become. Let me just put it that way. When a brother or sister comes to you, and maybe through thought, or maybe just through an interaction, and the ego insists that you must judge or condemn them, or feel some sort of hate or not feel good about their presence in your life, remember that that's not what you're here to do. That when that happens, you're only buying into the duality, into the ego storyline. And that's not what we want to do. Today, we want to be love. And we want to show that only love is real. And a way to do that is through the act of forgiveness. And so all we do today is whenever the ego tries to define the situation in a less than loving manner, very simply, we forgive it. We forgive our misperceptions. We forgive our brothers and sisters for what they did not do in reality. And then by doing so, we return back to our center, to love, and then we become the love that God created us to be. And therefore we become an expression of this truth that only love is real. And so don't punish yourself if you fall into the ditch of the ego, into the ego's ditch of judgment. Just recognize when you're out of alignment with the truth in you. And when you do, bring yourself back through forgiveness. And there's a beauty in this, because no matter what the story is that the ego tells you, and it can paint that judgment story 100 different ways of how you can judge your brother or sister, and 100 different punishments and 100 different other stories. Once you heal those 100, another 100 to pop up. That's the ego. That's the ego's fairy tale. And the beauty of it, that all of the ego's fairy tale is in its little book, fairy tale book, right? So it's got 300 pages. And it's got like 300 solutions to those 300 problems. And then you have to buy another book. And it's got another 300 problems and another 300 ways to judge your brother and sister. But in reality, if you see that fairy tale as just a fairy tale, as just not true, and you choose to see only the truth in them as true, the love in them as true, all those pages are gone. All those books are gone. All that pain and judgment and resentment and shame are gone, because you're making the conscious choice to only see what God created. And that's love. Your brother and sister are love. That's their truth, no matter what they think, say, or do. Because anything that they think, say, or do that is apart from that love, it's just a program they bought into. That's true. It's not real. It's not them. In truth, they can only love you. The truth in them can only love you. And so just trust that. Just choose to see that. Just choose to align with God's vision. That my brother and sister can only love me, no matter what my ego is whispering to me in my ear. Okay, so if they say something that's less than loving in nature, you look past that. You forgive it. And you forgive it not because you're a doormat. You're not a doormat. You just simply are awakened. You just simply realize that what they're saying is not true. Only the love in you is true. Only what God created in you is true. And so only support the truth as true. This is the simplicity and the beauty of this message. It's 1,000 stories for the ego, one solution: forgiveness. Let the story go. Close the book on the fairy tale. Close the book on the fairy tale. Set it aside. I'll come back. It's okay. We're human. Then you close it again. through forgiveness, through compassion, through understanding, through your awakening, through your alignment with God, with love. Support love in every interaction. See only the love in them as true in every interaction. What kind of world will you create around you if you choose, make the conscious choice in every interaction, on every thought that you have, to align it only with love, only with the truth in you? What kind of opposite can be created when you're focused on only the love? There's no opposite. There's no opposite to love in reality. In duality, yeah, we can play all the games you want to play, the ego wants to play, but they can all end when we recall who in truth we are. The love that God created you to be. And so, very simply, just be that today in every interaction. When your thoughts don't align with love, forgive yourself. Forgive your misperceptions. Hand them over to God, to Jesus, to the Holy Spirit, to Buddha, to whoever you see as self-actualized. Hand it all over. It's not yours to carry. That cross has been overcome a long time ago. You don't need to carry that cross anymore. Okay, it's 11 minutes. I can go on, but for now, that's good. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate if you make it this far. Thank you for that. And I love that you can be a light into this world. It's a beautiful thing. I love you very much. Thank you for your time again. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.